Resale or pre-sale? What's the difference? Is one better than the other? Is one a better investment? If you've asked yourself any of these questions, this video is for you. We're back. My name is Luigi.
My name is Monica. We are real estate advisors with Mexico Realty Brokers. And Luigi, like you said, today we are going to get into the main points to cover pre-sale and resale to determine which investment is best for you.
All right, so we just walked away from the beach. We're on the streets in Playa del Carmen, and as you can see, you're gonna run into several pre-sales. So the question is, pre-sales, are they a better investment or are resales a better investment? So the first point for a pre-sale is typically you can get into a pre-sale at a very, very good price. If you get into a pre-sale before they've even started construction, then typically during construction, the developer will increase the price. We're seeing anywhere between 15 to a 30% increase at the time of delivery. So what does that mean for the investor? Well, you can see some good capital gains. I will say this though, on paper, yes, you have seen an increase in value of your property, but you still have to liquidate the property and sell it in order to realize those capital gains. So let's just keep that in mind. So that's one of the first reasons why people get into a pre-sales and investors enjoy the pre-sale, because of the price increase during construction. All right, so another reason why investors love pre-sales are because everything is brand new. So all the finishes, everything, carpentry, you're getting a key and no one's ever lived in the unit. Also, they're more modern. So you're getting some of the latest trends, some of the newest, more advanced technology in terms of materials, which is it's very attractive for anybody who would like to live in the unit or invest in a pre-sale. All right, so I'm standing in front of another pre-sale. As you can see here, they're just about to start construction. So if you were to get into this pre-sale, then you have lots of time, minimum 18 months before this building is finished. What does that mean? It means that you can put the minimum down, which is typically 30%. And then if you have investments, any other investment vehicle, and you're doing good returns, you don't have to touch those for 18 months, which is a great advantage if you wanted to invest in a pre-sale. All right, so another amazing point of a pre-sale is these new buildings, they're coming with spectacular amenities, from co-working to yoga platforms, gyms, amazing infinity pools, ocean views, saunas, spas, restaurants, bars, I mean, you name it. That's what happens in a pre-sale. It's like every couple of years, they get better and better and better in terms of the amenities. It does come at a price, which means if the developer needs to make room for a lot of amenities, it means that they have to reduce the size of your unit. So in typical pre-sales now, you're paying usually a higher price per square meter for a smaller unit, but you're getting a spectacular amenities, which is an extension of your unit, like your own backyard in your own building. So you do get spectacular amenities, but you get smaller units. Keep that in mind when you're investing in a pre-sale. All right, so last but not least, for those of you who like to make small little changes and perhaps want to customize your property, in a pre-sale, usually the developer is a little flexible if you want to make small changes. Obviously, during construction, if your unit hasn't been built yet, you can usually make changes like a countertop, different finishings if you want to move, perhaps some closet space. However, big changes like an entire wall usually can't be done, but you can make small little changes. In a resale, if you were to buy a property already finished, typically you can't make any of those changes, and then it's up to you to invest the capital to do a renovation. So that's a really, really good point if you're investing in a pre-sale. Okay, so we covered the advantages and disadvantages of a pre-sale. Monica is waiting for us, and she's gonna cover all the advantages and disadvantages of a resale. So let's go find her and let's go talk to her.
All right, so Luigi talked about some pre-sales, some qualities about pre-sales. Now let's get into the resales. So the elephant in the room, why do I love resales so much, is this big space. Just look at how much space you can get in a resale like this. So just to give you an example, this is a 2-bedroom unit. It is over 100 square meters of space, but you have room to do anything. This feels like a home. You have a lot of kitchen space, you have your own dining room, and you actually have your own living room, as well as this beautiful patio, which, I mean, look at all this greenery. It's just incredible. So this is the type of thing that you can get in a resale. Another thing to mention as well, is in these pre-sales, in these smaller units. Like I said, this is over 100 square meters of space. In a pre-sale now, typically you can get maybe 80, maybe 70 square meters of space for a 2-bedroom. But in this kind of bigger resale unit, you can get, you know, a laundry facility. You have your laundry unit in here with your own space and space to put your food as well. So that is a really big plus in having a resale. All right, the second point and why you would maybe want to buy a resale over a pre-sale is the character. So this is something that I love so much. I really love resales. So look at this wrought iron character detailing here on the windows. You also get that as well on the balcony. And I mean, look at these ceilings. This is so beautiful. If you were to pan up here, you'll have these brick cathedral or vaulted ceilings, which just adds so much character as well. Another really, really great point to talk about in the character and the quality is getting into a resale, you can see what type of quality you'll be getting. So in a pre-sale, you might know what kind of materials they're building, but you won't see, you know, how that building will stand the test of time until a couple of years down the road. This building is actually 20 years old. So what you see is what you get, and as you can see, it's absolutely fantastic quality. So the third point that I wanted to touch on is getting into a resale, you can actually get a better price per square meter, almost half of what you would pay in a pre-sale. So a resale market, you can get into maybe $2,000 to $3,000 per square meter in a resale, and in a pre-sale, they're going anywhere from $3,500 all the way up to $6,000. I've seen even $7,000 per square meter in a pre-sale unit. So another point to consider is while having a larger space in a resale, it also lends the flexibility to convert your space to whatever your needs may be. So if you wanted to have more guests staying over, you wanted to live in a more comfortable space because this is gonna now be your primary residency, your primary residence, or if you wanted to Airbnb your space, and let's say, God forbid, something happens with Airbnb, or there's some sort of restrictions, some sort of policies that do not let you short-term rental anymore, you have the ability to long-term rental because your space is bigger. There's more flexibility in what you can do with your space. All right, so another thing to mention is that I'm taking the stairs right now. So this building, like I said, is 20 years old. So if you were to get into a unit that is a resale that is older than 10 years, a lot of the time they don't have elevators. Why? Because in those days, the permits were you can only build 3 floors. So if that, you don't mind, doing 2 or 3 flights of stairs into your unit, this option may be for you. Perfect. So like Luigi mentioned, in a pre-sale, you have all these crazy, beautiful, extravagant amenities, but smaller spaces. Here, you get a larger space, but the amenities tend to be quite smaller, and also on the ground floor, as you can see here. So it's not a rooftop infinity pool, but it's still a nice common pool. Now, what does this mean? This means that your HOA actually becomes a lot more affordable getting into a resale unit because you have less amenities and, you don't have an elevator.
All right, so before we finish this video, as usual, if you like this content, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Which would you prefer investing in, resale or pre-sale? If you're in the market today to either invest in a pre-sale or
a resale, like something that we saw today,
then go ahead, click the link below. We'll get on a call and we'll send you the right option for either a pre-sale
or a resale.
And stay tuned because we're actually going to go to Tulum. And if you're interested in Tulum specifically, we're going to do a full market analysis of what's going on in the Tulum market. So stay tuned for that. We're done. We had a lot of fun. We went over what's the difference between a pre-sale and resale. That's it, Monica. We have another appointment we got to run to.
Yes.
Busy, busy, busy. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Stay tuned again, like I mentioned, for the videos in Tulum. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
Bye.